Okay, so I just finished my toes and I did a cute green color like my pants. And so I'm going to be doing the same thing on my hands because they look a mess. So let's transition. Look at this. It's a hot mess. So if you're looking to heal your hands like I am, it's an ongoing thing, then you're in the right place and this is where you're supposed to be. So I'm going to be taking off this brown. I'm going to be putting on a green just like my pants today. And we're going to match it with the clear. Of course, we have our cuticle oil, nail polish remover, cotton balls, and of course, you guys need a good file. Which I'll also probably need my clippers just to make sure that everything is all clear. So, and cleaned up. And we'll see how that goes. Let's get started. So, I have a nice nail polish remover pump that I got from the dollar store, believe it or not. And right now I am using a 100% acetone nail polish remover. And I use it when I'm trying to take off thick polish and do it really quickly because it comes right off. And as you can see, I already have some scars from today, which sometimes happens from either boredom or stress. I've noticed that if I keep acrylic nails on, then I do not bite and pick my fingers as much. Um, so it's been very frustrating, I must say. But I'm trying this right now without acrylics. I took them off because of quarantine and I didn't want to not only break a fingernail but to also damage my nail bed if I like bent my nail back wrong or anything like that. Um, so yeah. Always keep a glass bowl as well to get rid of those nasty cotton balls. If you're joining in, welcome. Hey, hey. I recently had someone ask me if I did nails, and I do. And so they're part of my services that I offer. So I figured it would be pretty cool to go live and see what you all think. If you want some short, quick videos or some quick tips on how to polish your own nails. I will be doing a tutorial on how to polish ambidextrous. Basically, how do I polish my right hand and my left hand? Um, I know that is a new thing we're trying to learn right now. As a kid, used to play around with handwriting. I always wanted to be able to write with my right and left hand in case the world blew up and that like random kid thought where it's like, if I break my hand or my arm, how am I going to write? That was me. So I taught myself how to write with my right and left hand, and it ended up helping me ultimately because now I can do different skills and things with both hands. So I got most of the brown off. Some of it is a glitter polish I had under there for thickness because I took my acrylics off. If you can see the dip in my nail. And so that's not really as fun. So we want to get rid of that bump as much as we can. Here's another scar I have. Sorry about that. But that's the reason why I went live, so you guys could see the madness that has occurred. So I'm going to take another clean cotton ball to clean up all the little bit of mess. So whether it's the little bit of glitter I have left or a little bit of color left over, it's always good to have that one last clean cotton ball to get all of it off before you start buffing and polishing again. It may look like it's nothing on this cotton ball, but it actually is. There's a lot of little fine glitters that I'm getting off and a little bit of brown that's still stuck in my cuticle because we're changing to the color green. And this step is actually most important when you're changing drastic colors. Like if I'm going from a black to a white or even red, because your skin will turn red. So you can see I took all of the polish off. Acetone does dry your skin out, and so that's why you'll see the white skin around my cuticles, which is why I really need to moisturize them as part of this process. So lately, because of my picking, I've been trying to keep my nails really short and round. I normally like square with round edges, round corners. So I'm gonna show you what square with round corners looks like, and then I'm going to round it out a little bit. If you cannot stand that sound, you can definitely mute me. Okay, so that's kind of square with round edges. But now I'm gonna round it out a little bit. And I'm rounding up my nails out so that I do not pick right now. If I have a corner or a sharp nail, I'm going to pick my fingers. I don't want that. I was doing really well. All my fingers were healed, and I messed them up during this quarantine. So I'm a little bummed about it, but I'm gonna get through this. So filing them all the way down, as you can see. I'm sorry for that noise. I know that can bug certain people. Move that back. The key to filing is to have your hand very stiff and to keep your board straight. You also want a tight board as well. This is a really good file. It's a really wide, as you can see, compared to this big bottle. It's a very wide file. I'll compare it to some others. Here's a round one. Here's one of those skinny ones. These aren't really good for your nails. I keep it as a cleaner upper, I call it, to get around the edges sometimes, especially when I have sensitive spots going right now. Sometimes a hard file will hurt my skin a little bit. I always go straight up and down on the edge of my nails as well, so that they're nice and soft and not sharp. Because once you cut your nails down, it's kind of like when you chop wood. It's not soft on the edges, it's actually pretty sharp. So you gotta make sure you get the front of that nail. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one down a little more. There we are, we're all shaped. This hand is a hot mess, so let's fix it. Filing down those edges. Soft top. Nice and round nail. Go around the edges. File it down. Get the top. If that sound bothers you, I know a tip that I use, which happens to be biting my tongue. Sometimes if I squeeze my tongue with my teeth, it takes that sensation away. But I included this step in the live because this is all part of doing a manicure and not just polishing your nails. Whenever you go to the nail salon, if it says manicure, it means they're gonna file your nails and clean everything up for you. A nail polish color like change is if I just sat here and polished my nails. Okay. Next is buffing. That's gonna help get these dips out of my nails from my acrylics that I'm growing out, and also help buff some of that dry skin away around my cuticles and make the nail bed very smooth so I can apply the polish. There are always different sides to a buffer, and so whichever is the roughest is where you can start off to get the most up and then use the finer side to make it more smoother. So actually I could show you a little bit. There's a dip in my nail here, and so we're gonna try to buff it away as much as we can. Just go side to side. And then once I finish that, I always go down. What that does is allow all those lines in your nail to go straight and not sideways all over the place. Make sure you get the edges as well, so it helps make everything nice and smooth. So let's continue. This entire process will probably take about 30 minutes, so we are officially at the halfway mark, which is good. Soon I will wash my hands to get all the dust off as well. If you're just now coming in, I did my toes before this and for green to match my pants. And so we're going to be doing that same color on my fingers. Okay. We are all buffed out. And I will go rinse and get ready to actually, I'm going to use my file to buff off some of the rough skin that I've created from picking. If you're a picker as well, this part is actually essential to getting that skin back to smooth where you have lifted it. And so if you make it smooth and continue to moisturize it, it will work against that brain telling you that it's not even or it's not clean. So using a file very softly, just going across because it is tender. It helps buff that skin and get it to go back smooth. A regular buffing block is not going to do that like a file would because that skin is just one softer, but it's also too smooth for a buffer. You need the file board. Trying to get those back to smooth so they can look like my two favorite fingers. These two are always very smooth. So I'm trying to get those other fingers to do the same. You can see from this finger so far, this all here was damaged, and we're buffing it back out to make it smooth. When it's time to moisturize, you can see there, it's gonna go back very smooth so I can try to start over again. If you have any ideas for other lives or videos or even suggestions, please put them in the comments. Like I said, I am lightly going across the board to buff my skin back to smooth. When you go to the salon, they don't do this step, and that's because um, it is a tender spot on the finger, and so they don't want to cause you any pain. So it's always best you do this yourself if you are a nail or skin biter like myself. This is a good one too. You're gonna see I'm slowly buffing that away. And it's not gonna take it away completely because I've done some real good damage on my nails lately. Um, However, it does make it back smooth. There's a bad finger as well. So let's buff that one out. Sometimes I'll do this step instead of clipping. I have been trying to clip and sometimes it's too much and I know that. And so I'm trying to get back to just buffing it out and oiling it before I get to biting it or picking it. Because I don't want to keep cutting it because then it's going to cause it to lift just as much. The key is just to not touch it, unfortunately. Okay. I don't have to do much to my ring finger and my pinky because those are pretty good. So it is time to wash and rinse and make these babies look brand new. So be right back. And of course, water. Because water is your best friend. It's the soap that dries your hands out. And lately, of course, I've been washing my hands a ton. I'm also a teacher, so I'm used to washing my hands a bunch, but quarantine has even bumped it up even more. So you can see all of my skin is buffed and smooth. Cuticles are clean. This nail had a little bit of brown polish under it. Let me try to pick that out. It's not dirt, I promise. I did the 30 seconds when washing my hands. But yeah. So let's get started because this is the last couple minutes. This is the easy part. Is polishing. So we have our color, our clear, and our cuticle oil. In case you're wondering, this color is Olive for Green by OPI. And this is the Infinite Shine Clear. This is my absolute favorite clear. So let's get started. I'm gonna tilt down a little more for the polishing because I want y'all to see how to polish. And I'll even move my lamp so you all can see the my nails right in front. Okay? So the key to polishing is when you dip, take the excess off the back and keep all the polish on the front. That polish is on the front. You're gonna touch the bottom or the base of your nail without touching your cuticle. Drag it up, then do the left and then the right without touching your cuticle. That's the key thing. It's always good to have a gap there because when your nails grow out, your nail polish won't chip or buckle. Start in the middle, go to the left, go to, and move your fingers to help you get that. I can shift my fingers by rolling them. Use that because it helps to move your skin a little bit out of the way for you. And then I always go back to smooth it out to take the lines away. So left, right, 1, 2, 3. It makes it very smooth. With your thumbs, you always want to add a little more polish because they're always a bigger nail base and a bigger nail bed. So remember that. Also, when I'm finished, I take the brush and I very lightly do the tip of my nail. This is why I also don't always file my nails all the way down because it kind of finishes off the look when your nails don't have a white end on it. It's the color of the polish. Okay, let's do the other hand. If you ever get the fuzzies from your cotton balls, you definitely just pick them off. Same thing with loose nail from filing. You get one of your softer files. And for me, mine is right here. I just drag it very lightly across. And then it's gonna flick that little piece of nail off. So that's that one. Okay, middle nail. Outside, inside. Got a little leftover nail on this one as well. Just drag it very slightly, and it won't mess your polish up. Promise. It's just a hangover nail. Outside and inside. And then we're gonna go for a new dip for that thumb. It needs more polish. Now, I'm just showing you how to polish, not necessarily how to polish with your dominant and not dominant hand. I'll do that on another tutorial. So, oh, actually, before I do my second coat, I'm gonna dry. And do 30 seconds for each hand. This is a gelish soak off gel polish light LED, and I absolutely love it. And it comes with a whole set on Amazon if you want to do at home gel manicures as well. So otherwise, you could just hit me up. I'll travel to you and I'll do your nails for you. I offer natural hair, makeup, and nail services to all of my clients. And right now, I am doing virtual services and free tutorials. So, actually, at 7 p.m. Central Time this evening, I will be doing a contouring free tutorial on Zoom and Instagram and Facebook Live. So, definitely tune in at DEVINE period glamour. So, once I finish this, I am going to put on my other coat, dry again, and then clear and dry again. And that will be my look. So with the second coat, you go a little heavier than the first coat and you only do the 1-2 swipe. That is all you need. Thumbs, of course, are bigger, so probably need about 3 swipes with that one. Make sure that all the streaks go away and your nails come together. Make sure all the polish molds basically into one. Because you do not want streaks in your polish, even before you put your clear on. We're gonna dry. As you can see, this color I chose is now matching on my nails and it matches my whole outfit. I absolutely love olive army green. What about you? So our next steps are clear. Of course, we have to nourish. After you do your oil, you can also put on lotion and just put it together. It's perfectly fine. So let's test our nails to see if they're dry. You always tap instead of swipe. If it's sticky when you tap, that means it's not dry. Time for clear. Clear you apply just like you apply your second coat. You want to go a little heavier with 1 to 2 swipes. That's it. And that allows it to mold together. Looking like 3 swipes today because my green is a little heavier. I chose to go heavier to make my nails a little fuller because I do have the dip in them from my acrylics. So I went a little heavier to fill in that gap. Once I finish the clear on this side, we're gonna dry. Try your best to get those sides as close as you can without getting it on your cuticles because when it dries, you don't want leftover polish on the end because that's going to chip first. And this is why it's good to keep that gap in between your cuticle and your polish to help prevent it from chipping. and go all the way to the ends. It's very important so that the clear covers your polish to the end so it doesn't chip. And we definitely put on that makeup. So with the clear, it may take a couple more minutes than or seconds than the regular polish to dry. But other than that, that is perfectly fine. And that is the end of this look. Thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know some more topics or tips that you need to know and want to learn. I hope I catch you at our free tutorial this evening. Love ya. Bye.